All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Monday, January 1st, 2018. Happy New Year, everybody out there. I'm certainly happy to be here and be alive and be with you all. I got to tell you what, man. The hits just keep on coming for your boy Josh over here. I tell you what. Jesus. So, shortly, I guess, after the last broadcast update I did for you guys, a couple of nights, I guess Friday or whenever it was. Yeah. I got another hit. I got fucking food poisoning. Isn't that just wonderful? Yeah, so needless to say, I spent Saturday morning and the first stage of it was, of course, you hear that phrase. It used to be the classic, still is in some places, but it used to be the classic get out of jail free card for your job. You just call your boss and tell them, no matter what's going on, you just tell them it's coming out of both ends. You're good. You ain't got to worry about coming in that day. But you really don't appreciate that phrase, coming out of both ends, until it truly is. I mean, until you're sitting on the pot, spraying fucking brown water and fucking puking into a cup all at the simultaneously, you just don't appreciate that term, I tell you. Oh God, it was horrible. It was, I've had it. The thing about me is I'm not a puker. Like, really. Like, I puke so infrequently that there are decade spans in between the time in which I've vomited in my life. I'm not kidding you. I'll give you a good example. I vomited in 2001. This one was alcohol related because I'd met these dudes like a couple of years before. Back then I was a big fucking drinker back then, drink anybody under the table and all that shit. And I had met these friends. These people later became, friends, people I knew for a long time. One of whom passed away this year, actually. And, or not this year, past year, 2017. Now, it's still the first, folks. Still adjusting to the fact it's 2018 already. But, anyway, when I first met these guys, back when I was a big drinker, this dude handed me it was a big bottle. It was like a full bottle of Absolute vodka. He's like, hey man, you want a drink? I was like, yeah. I just capped the motherfucker and just downed it in like one gulp, handed it back to him. It kept on trucking, And so, these guys had seen me drink before. So I was at this party and I hadn't seen these guys in a while. They were like, oh, they were bound and determined to get me drink, but to get me fucking, smash hammered and all this shit. But, it's one thing if you're drinking like quality shit. It's another thing if it's just straight up fucking gut rot swill. And that's what they were giving me. I'm like, come the fuck on, dude. This is not even fucking fair. This is a fixed game. It's rigged from the start. You can't give me fucking... I mean, this shit, I don't even know what this shit was they gave me, dude. All I know is it was a whiskey. And let me tell you, I mean, I've seen every brand of whiskey you can imagine. From the tip top to the lowest of the low. You got like top shelf, you got, regular top shelf, middle shelf, and then you got the bottom shelf where the rot gut and the antifreeze is, right? Okay. Well, there's another secret level even lower below that they don't tell anybody about. Like, it's like not even on the bottom shelf, it's in like the basement. That's where this shit came from. I mean, this shit sits right next to fucking, paint stripper and turtle wax. I mean, ugh. And of course, I drank this shit. And of course, I puked. That was in 2001, okay? And I can tell you the next time I puked was in 2010 when I ate some fucked up Chinese food. So when I puked this most recent time from this food poisoning, that was the first time since 2010 I've vomited. That's how infrequently that I vomit. So, yeah, the hits just keep on coming for me. You know, I've already lost so much weight and being on a new diet, and then this, man, wow. I got this lapis ring I've had on my finger since 2013, and it's always fit snug. And today it just like it won't even stay on my finger now. It's crazy. But guess what? It hit me hard too, because it was a total. This is like I've had some bad food poisoning before. This was particularly bad. Just because, like, usually when you eat something bad, you know, and it makes you sick, once you vomit or whatever and get it all out and cleanse your system out, you know, you're good to go. This, I'm still feeling the effects of this today. Like, it literally felt like somebody beat me with a baseball bat. I mean, it was fucking terrible. And, you know, I like I've said before, you know, being that what I do here with my work and the things that I talk about and discuss, and, you know, the heaviness of this information and the implications of it, it's, you know, I always try to take the rational route on all this stuff, but even though, because the thing of it is, some of the stuff, the factual stuff that I found and put in my movies is so crazy that people think it's fucking irrational. I mean, that's how far down the proverbial rabbit hole we are here, folks. But one of our listeners pointed out, Angela on Facebook, she says, this has to be some kind of remote targeting. I got a gum abscess out of nowhere December 1st. Yeah, I've had those problems too. Dentist prescribed 5 rounds of antibiotics and pulled 4 teeth and still not resolved. Had never had gum issues before. Maintained really good dental hygiene. Crazy sounding, but maybe long ago covertly placed oral implants activated. You know, I thought about that because I talked about before here on the show, like when I was born with a club foot, and was going to have all this, you know, medical stuff to correct it, and my parents could afford that. And my dad's best friend that he grew up with was a Scottish Rite Freemason in Dallas. And they have the Dallas Scottish Rite Children's Hospital here where they, you know, work on specific that kind of things and other stuff. And he sponsored me like the day I was born, and I had free medical and dental and all that till I was 18. And I never remembered it or thought about it until I started having these most recent dental issues. I got fillings I think they've since been removed because I was a kid then. And I'm pretty sure I don't have any fillings now, but I did for sure get some fillings at the Scottish Rite Kids Hospital when I was like, you know, 7 or 8. I for a fact remember that. So yeah, the idea that maybe they put stuff in the implants and they can activate these, I mean, yeah, you're right. That is crazy sounding, but it's not, I mean, shit, man, there's a lot of stuff that's just, I mean, now is just accepted fact that sounds crazy the first time you hear it, but it's not beyond the realm of possibility, that's for sure. Yeah, you know, I've talked about this before, but when I had my surgery there to correct my club foot when I was like 6, I had some weird visions and stuff when I was in surgery, weird alien stuff, and I just kind of always knew that's kind of what got me going. I mean, I've talked about this before, but the first search I ever did on the internet, well, the first time I got access to it, I think we were talking 96, 97, somewhere in there. I remember I had a friend and he was like, yeah, my dad's got the internet over at his house. We can go over there and check it out. And I was like, oh, okay. And, yeah, I did this search on, Freemasons and aliens, and, you know, even in those early days of the internet, to find that there was already people who've connected those two things. These were a huge revelation for me at the time, because I never mentioned that to anybody. But I always felt there was some kind of connection to it, and I don't even know how I knew that. It wasn't something anybody ever told me. It was like an instinctive thing that I put together. So yeah, you can imagine that that's really one of the things that set me, you know, I was already into researching UFOs and stuff as a kid, and JFK and stuff into my teenage years, but that's the thing that kind of reignited me. I kind of left, there was a period of time between, you know, I mean, when you're 17 to 21, I mean, dude, it's, at least for me, it's all about, you know, pussy, beer, and music, you know. It was for me. I mean, I didn't really, I'm not going to lie to you, there was some slack years there in my research between, you know, 16, 17 to 21, 22, where I was, you know, beer drinking, you know, drug taking, pussy fucking, music playing motherfucker, you know. So, but, you know, I got back on it. But yeah, I'm not going to lie to you, there was a lapse there. So these other comments, someone here says, haha, as a fellow Bell's palsy experiencer, oh my God, rolling on the floor laughing. Lost my shit at your description at 4 minutes about people looking at you like, yeah, like I went full retard. Gold, absolute gold. God, it's comforting to hear another human's experience and perception on that crippling disorder. Yeah, it's still fucking with me. I'm not out of the woods yet. And the main thing is we're not out of the woods on here is that, you know, this being the first, January the 1st, 2018, the first day of the month, our, final fundraiser for 2017, our operating cost budget for this month is now due. We are now, folks, in the red alert territory. We have, about 24 hours left to reach our goal. We got 1,100 left to go. We've got 11 people that can contribute $100. We can be there. If you contribute 400 or more, you will win. Well, whoever contributes the most, but it'll be minimum of 400 to qualify. We got a great prize pack. You can see it up right now at our Facebook pages, the Global Reality Radio Network Facebook page and the Josh Reeves Filmmaker Talk Show Host Explorer page there. And it includes an aquamarine stone, a lapis lazuli pendant, a massive green tourmaline encrusted stone, and an actual piece of the rock wall. So, highest contributor in the next 24 hours will win that prize. We do have very few left of the vault flash drives that I talked about in the last two shows. If you didn't hear me talk about that, go listen to the last two shows here on YouTube. You'll hear me talk about it. I'm not going to describe it again. But we got a couple of those left. If you want to get in on those, just email me, globalrealityshow@gmail.com. Vault flash drive as the title of the email. But we're flat out of time, folks, and we have to have, a minimum of 900 by tomorrow over our $1,100 goal. And if we reach that, then we can have until Friday to have the other two. But honestly, we just need to go ahead and just get all of it in the next 24 hours, which I'm confident we do if everybody, you know, puts on the rally caps and hits this hard. I mean, you don't understand how hard I fought back to get my health back so I can be back here doing the shows and doing these work. You can get these films done. We've got a lot planned for 2018. I got 2 full-length films, a mini film, and a film box set, all planned coming out in 2018. And I'm planning to get back to work here in the next week or so as soon as my Bell's palsy improves some more. It's kind of come in waves. It's come a little bit back again. So I think that's, again, partially to do with the tooth issues. And so once I get that handled, I'll be out of the woods. But I'm definitely feeling better now that I've got past the fucking food poisoning. Jesus, what a nightmare that was. Man, oh man. Just fucking, ugh. The worst. Not only that, but it's cold enough to fucking, well, you know the expressions, whatever it is. Colder than a witch's tit, colder than this. Cold enough to freeze the tits off a rhino. I mean, it's fucking, Jesus. It's bad. Anyway, but I'm going to be back within the next week doing regular shows. But we don't want to, I don't want to have fought back as hard as I have, folks, and come as far as I have, and then, us go under tomorrow because we can't reach our goal. I mean, that would just be fucking ridiculous, especially with what we've got planned and, you know, how much we've already put into all this. So I can tell you right now, I'm sitting on, I mean, I'm very confident, very excited for 2018, probably more than I have been for any other year on record, just because I know what I'm sitting on over here info-wise. You know what I mean? I know what I'm going to be bringing you guys this year, and it's fucking exciting. It really is. Really stuff nobody else is bringing you. That's for sure. The stuff we got coming out with this year, that's always what I've strived to do, you know. Doesn't matter what your shortcomings are, you know, as long as you're trying to give people something they're not getting anywhere else. I think that's, you know, that's the best thing. And I think when I look back at all my work, I think that's what I'm the most proud of, what I've done so far and what I continue to do. And that's the path I'm going to stay on with this, you know. I think whether you liked one film more than another or whatever else, I think when you look back at all the stuff, I think that, you know, the goal was always achieved of bringing out stuff nobody else has been. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. Predictions. Everybody's asking me for predictions for 2018. You know, I think 2018 we're going to see it's going to be a lot of more of the same. And a lot of the more of the same, you know, as it's just continued to be over the past 10 years or so, exponentiated, you know, more of everything on a bigger scale. I think that, specifically being here, you know, in the United States, the second term of presidencies is usually when shit goes down. I mean, you had, you know, 9/11, not second term, but I mean the second year of a presidency is what I mean. You know, second year of Bush, you had 9/11. Second year of Obama, you had the fucking financial collapse. So this will be Trump's second year, and you can bet, because these people like to do things and keep their cycles up, there'll be something this year, whether that's, you know, the staged alien invasion thing, which again, as I mentioned in the last show, there's continue to ramp up, and we see a continual ramp up of this stuff every year. I think this year we've seen, I mean, that most recent thing that was, you know, said it was a SpaceX launch or something, bullshit. I know, ballistics weapons test and a fucking Project Bluebeam test when I see it. I mean, that's a lot of what we're seeing, folks. A lot of this stuff is next gen, next level stuff, and they're writing it off as civilian rocket programs. Yeah, right. Biggest bunch of horseshit I've ever seen. You know, there's a lot of people, you know, is there going to be another 9/11? I mean, is that going to happen under Trump? Well, I mean, you know, usually that kind of stuff happens under Republicans. I mean, let's just be honest. But I don't know. I mean, is it going to ramp up with North Korea? All this stuff with North Korea, don't get it twisted, is 100% about, it ties in with the staged alien invasion stuff and the space-based weapons that Von Braun talked about and all that. It absolutely does. Because, and the Kim Jong-un thing with all this is just, these guys, again, it's like WWE wrestling or whatever, man. They're fucking I'm going to kick your ass. I'm going to kick your ass. And then backstage, they're slapping ass and fucking having a beer. The whole North Korea thing is a scapegoat so they can test these new space-based weapons, which have been up there for quite some time, which continue. I mean, under Obama, there was more spent on space-based weapons than in the whole history of the military. Did you ever hear him talk about space-based weapons? No, but you can go check the budget reports, as I did from the time he got inaugurated. You could see how they go up and up and up and up. And that's what this stuff is about. They're going to test it first to shoot down Kim Jong-un's missiles that he's going to launch in the United States. We'll obliterate him. Then they'll hit us with the staged alien invasion shortly after that. It's all going to happen this year. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think that's all going to happen this year. But I'm saying I think you might see the beginning stages of it start to occur this year. And then that'll set the stage for them to already start having campaigning going on in 2019 for the 2020 election. See how this works, folks? They get everybody lathered up the first year. They hit you with a financial crisis or a 9/11 or something the next year. The third year is spent campaigning. And, you know, everybody's starting the bullshit and the left-right paradigm bullshit, and they just repeat the cycle again. So that's, you know, that's where I think we stand right now. But it's going to be an interesting year. And it's going to be interesting to see how they continue to try to combat what I come out with, because they do it every time. It's going to be interesting to see how they do that. There's a lot of stuff they're not going to be able to back away from with what I got coming in Spellcasters too. So, but again, you know, if we don't reach our goal 100% by 5 p.m. tomorrow, folks, it's going to be all over with. So please don't let all my struggling and hard work and suffering for this stuff, man, to go and be in vain after I've fought back so hard to get back to you. Because it's on in 2018 for sure. I hope you all had a happy and safe new year out there. And I can't wait to get this going in 2018. Please go and contribute. You can use the donate button in my website if you don't want to use the campaign banner. If you don't have a PayPal account or something, you can use a debit card or credit card there if you use the donate button at theglobalreality.com. And if you don't want to get one of the flash drives, you want to see if one's left, hit me up. Shoot me an email, globalrealityshow@gmail.com, and I'll hit you back, folks. All right? Get to it. I love you guys. We'll talk soon.